Our next owner, who is Stephen Beachhill, who believes that his Yamaha VMAX really is the dog.
Hi, I'm Steve. This is my Yamaha VMAX, and this should be top dog. This beats a Harley V-Rod any day.
So, which bike is going to be christened the Dogs? Find out when we come back. Welcome back. Now, as we've seen already, if you believe that your bike really is the top dog, you'll do whatever it takes to convince the skeptic that really is the best in its class. Now, Billy did a pretty good job when he was talking about his V-Rod Harley. But Stephen Beachhill from Manchester disagrees. He believes that the Yamaha VMAX really is the top dog.
My name's Steve, and this is my Yamaha VMAX. Basically, it started off 6 months ago as a standard VMAX, and it's been extensively modified using bits from various makers. It's had a Magna Charger Supercharger fitted to it. It's got split rim wheels front and rear, up-rated front and rear suspension. The power's there when you need it, basically, and that's what it's been upgraded for. So when I want to go fast, I can go fast. No two VMAXs are alike. Everybody does them in their own individual way. And you don't see many standard ones because no one likes to leave them standard. It's to personalise the bike for your own use, the way you want it to look, the way you want it to be.
Well, Stephen's here with me now, and you saw, of course, Billy's efforts and plea to make his V-Rod as best it could. Do you think you can do as well?
Yeah, should be able to surpass that.
All right, well, fair enough. Let's go to our panel and start. Let's start with Mark this time. Mark, what's the history? I know it came out in '85, but where is sort of the makings of the VMAX? What's it all about?
Well, it was to try and capture a bit of the custom market. I don't think it's really a direct competitor for a Harley Davidson because it's the format and everything else. The styling is so different. But to take customers away from Harley Davidson, they want something a little bit quirky, something very futuristic when it came out in '85, and something fast as well, which Harley Davidsons weren't back then.
And Nick, it certainly has all those attributes, doesn't it?
It does indeed, yeah. I mean, Yamaha's used this big V4 for a Victorian bike, the Venturi, I think they called it. And I must admit, it was the V-Rod of the 80s. Perhaps it's showing signs of age now, but it was a sensational bike when it came out.
But it's had amazing longevity, Dave. I mean, like I said, 85, but still selling strong in 2002, 2003.
Yeah, production bike for 18 years, and there's not many bikes that came out of any of the Japanese factories for that long. Definitely got a big appeal, very popular in Europe, very popular in the UK, and you see an awful lot of them modified, as this one is.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's a fair point. This is very much a tinkering machine. This is something, and I know this particular machine has been built from scratch again in the last 6 months. That's what it's all about compared to the Harley?
Yeah, Harley seem to be a lot of aftermarket stuff. People buy a standard Harley and then add bits and bobs. Harley Screaming Eagle accessories. VMAX, people tend to do it to their own spec, do their own thing, build their own dream bike, as Nick mentioned there.
And Steve, is that what you had in mind? A dream bike modification?
Yeah, basically it's to build a bike that was different than any other bike that was out there. Using the VMAX, it wasn't a sports bike. You didn't pull up in a car park and see clones of sports bikes all over the place. You pull up in a car park that's full of VMAXs and you won't see two that are alike. They're all completely different.
And it's certainly got some individuality, hasn't it? Look on the top there, it says it's not blown, it must suck. Weapon of choice is written on the side there. The camouflage in it says it all.
Well, folk have been building specials for 100 years now, and it's a testament to Stephen's skill and application that he's set to and put an awful lot of work into this bike. It has taken me a long, long time. It took 6 months to do this bike.
It took 3 months to build. Actually, only for 6.
It's remarkable that he's done that so quickly. It would have taken me a lot longer than that. But anyway, he's made a very special bike there, from the suspension, about the swinging arm, front forks, supercharger. There's a lot of work going into this bike, and it would be something I would like to go and have a ride on, I must admit.
All right, we'll hold it there for a second. We'll hear more from the panel in a moment, and we'll also hear more from Steve. And we also want to hear from you about maybe the VMAX or any of the other bikes in the series. All you have to do is log on and go to our website, which is menandmotors.co.uk. You can also tell us what bikes you think should be on the show, let's say, to the V-Rod. Okay, different machines, but funnily enough, as close as you can be in terms of what they were trying to do from the manufacturer's point of view, competing against each other. Yamaha wanted to compete against Harley. Harley wanted to compete against the Japanese cruisers.
Yeah, I guess you hit the nail on the head there, really. They do tend to appeal to a different sort of person. VMAX is a bit more of the street fight sort of crowd, whereas the V rods do tend to still stay amongst the cruisers. I think that's one of the reasons why you see so many different VMAXs. Everyone wants to do something different. They put the big billet wheels in, they put nitrous on, they put superchargers on, they paint it differently, they put a different seat unit on. They really want to do something different.
Nick, you were worried about your pillion last time. Would you even think about it?
I'm very unhappy about the pillion situation here, Steve. And what's your girlfriend think of this? Have you got a girlfriend?
Yeah, she's not actually been on the back as yet. But
She hasn't seen it for 6 months.
Well, there you go. Case less.
Well, we'll talk more in a moment, but we did get a chance, without a pillion, to take Stephen out to see what the VMAX could do when it was out on track. No question about it, the VMAX looking very pretty indeed with the camouflage and all the rest of it out there with Steve.